Hey there friends, Foster the Canadian here. Welcome back to Fridays with Foster, a weekly series in which you guys send me your questions, you send me your stories, you ask me for advice, I give you the best advice that I can, I tell you stories of my own, and I give you my take on your stories. So this week, I'd like to say that this might be the last week, for a while at least, where it's footage of my own antics in Halo, and that's because I'm going to be starting to do a game night. So if you guys haven't been following me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter because that's where you're going to hear about it first. I won't be making videos, but I feel like maybe every Saturday, or I'll pick a day that seems to really work, I will be doing a Halo 4 game night, and you guys will be in Fridays with Foster, running around in the background, probably assassinating me repeatedly. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know if you'd want to be a part of it, and add me on Xbox Live. And without any further explanation of what next week's Fridays with Foster is going to be like, let's get on with this week. Alright, I'd like to call this first story, Friends Without Benefits. Do not want to name any names, so I'll just say this person and them. I was just broken up with. Really sad and depressed now. I was really happy when I was with this person, and now my life is almost meaningless. With this, I have two questions. 1. How do you get over a broken heart? And 2. I'd like to still be friends with them. Any ideas on how to make it not awkward when talking to them? Oh boy. Okay, so the first question that you had, how do you get over a broken heart? I think if we as a society had an answer for that, everyone would already know it. This is something that no one has an answer for, that I don't think can be answered, and I'm not necessarily sure that it should be answered. I think that there are moments in everyone's life where they have these moments of extreme sadness and extreme joy, and I think that it's important to remember the sad in order to maintain not really a perspective on things, but to be able to appreciate the good. You have to have the bad to compare it to. And it's one of those things where you say your life's almost meaningless. That couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, there's so much to life, and really, I don't think that something like this should be the end of it. I don't think that this should be like, well, I guess I should just pack up and leave now. This is not going to get better. I'm going to go hide in a hole. I'm going to go cry for a while. And, it's alright to wallow for a little bit. But it's not something that I think, should be the end all. Like, you had your heart broken, but there's plenty of opportunity for, you to go out there and find someone that appreciates you, that you truly love, that you care about. And I know it might not seem that way, and, I've never found love. I'm totally cool with admitting that. I've never been in love, I've never fallen in love. But it's something that I've never lost the hope of, and I think that everyone will have an opportunity to find love, and you just need to be optimistic about it. And as far as still being friends with them, and ideas on how to make it not awkward when talking to them, considering that, I don't know the circumstance of what went on and how this breakup occurred, but I can say that these kinds of things are not easily recoverable. It's like, this is... she basically set the self-destruct code. And there are definitely ways that you could maintain a friendship with them. I don't think that's a good idea. I could give you advice on how to try to make it work, but I'd much rather give you advice and say, just move on from it. Because you're going to... If you do become friends with her, and you still have those feelings, those aren't going to go away as easily. If you cut your ties and move on, it's going to definitely help the healing process a lot quicker than if you immerse yourself in her world. So my best advice to you would be move on, and go out there and find yourself someone that you love even more, that you care even more about, because they're out there, and you just need to look. So, best of luck, and I guess, let me know how it goes. Alright, story number 2. Now for a change of pace, I'm actually not going to read this one because it's 3 pages worth of information. I'll just give you a brief rundown of what occurred. And when I say 3 pages, I really mean 3 little pop-ups that you see on the screen. So I'm just going to give you the rundown here. So basically, I was sent a message by someone whose account has been banned from Xbox Live forever, basically, unless they live to the year 9999. But what had happened was there was some issues with their account. They claimed that there was never any hacking going on, that they didn't do anything wrong, but their accounts were still banned. And they wanted to know what's going on. They asked me, and then they asked if I could shine a light on the situation. I say they because it's one person who contacted me, but apparently it's a group of people that this has occurred to, as far as I understand. Now, I did some research on it, and I think I might actually know what happened here. So let's start. Now, Microsoft has been cracking down on hackers, and that's something that they've been doing for the past few years, like really heavily. Anyone that leaks anything or anyone that hacks a game, they don't take that lightly, and they will ban you. But this, from what I understand, the accounts were kind of getting buggy, and it was hard to log in. I'll read right here. They got an email from Microsoft saying that you should put in your email and password and you'd be safer from hacks, but it wouldn't accept anything. They go to put it in where it was the right one. Said, for more information, go to xbox.com, blah, blah, blah. It said, sorry, something's wrong with your Microsoft account. Go to account.live.com, and then it has a code. So it happened a couple of times. Now, Microsoft has a zero-tolerance policy on hackers, and they also have a zero-tolerance policy. No matter who you are, if you get your account banned, it's banned, and you cannot get it back. I don't think Microsoft has ever reversed a banning. I may be wrong here, but that's as far as I understand it. They do not reverse any bans. They do not listen to any ban appeals, anything like that. What could have happened is your account could have been hacked into, or your information has been revealed to someone who tried to use it for their own gain. And when that happens, Microsoft will ban your account, even though you didn't do anything wrong. And I'm not sure if it could have been something with your friends. I don't know any of their information or anything like that. But I would guess that your account had been hacked into, and because your account had been hacked into, they banned that account because, you know, there was a hacker who got into it. So for precaution, they banned it, and it sucks because I know I've worked hard on my gamer score, and I know it's not a crazy gamer score, but I like that I have that there. I like my gamertag being FosterTheCanadian, and I would hate that if it got banned. Like, you know, obviously I play a lot of Xbox, so I'd get another gamertag and try to move on, but this is something that I know, you know, I can definitely understand your perspective that this totally sucks, and it's not your fault if that is the case. So sadly, there's not much I can do than shine a light on this, and I guess maybe either help more people to protect their account. You know, you got to be very secure about your account information, or maybe you guys, now that you understand that bans cannot be appealed, maybe you can start trying to, I guess, reverse that. I'm not sure if that means start a petition or whatever. I'm not trying to start a revolution here, but it is kind of sucky that there is no way to appeal a ban as far as I know. There might be some weird loophole or some ways that you can do it, but as far as I know, you can't get your ban reversed. So, you know, I'm sorry to give you this information. I wish I had better news for you. And I guess I'll end here. Go to story number 3. Alright, this third story I'd like to call Typical Teenage Troubles. And fun fact, I actually did this already, edited it, had a very good time, you know, explaining what was going on, told a story of my own, and then I closed it without saving for some dumb reason. So let's start again. Dear Foster, I'm 14 years old, and I sent you this message because my parents don't like the way I live. I have what my parents call bad friends. because we are explorers, we camp in the woods, paint walls from old houses, you know, teenagers. But my parents don't like that. And the other issue is that when I play Minecraft or Xbox, my parents don't like it. They tell me to go outside because outside is where my friends are hanging out and they don't like it. What should I do? P.S. Sorry about my grammar. English is not my first language. Okay, so right off the bat, English is not your first language. You speak English very well. And there's a lot of people who English is their first language who are not well versed in it at all. So the fact that you can speak 2 languages and English this well is wonderful. Let's move on to your problem. Parents, I don't know why they see them as bad friends if all you're doing is exploring, you know, camping and painting old houses. And when you say old houses, I'm picturing like abandoned houses that no one's lived in a long time. And not, you know, just an old house that some old woman lives in. And it's like, oh, why'd you do that? Why'd you have to go and paint my house? I got to clean that now. And if that is the case, just, you know, stop that. That old woman has never done anything to you, I think. So the other issue is when you play Minecraft or Xbox, your parents don't like it. They tell you to go outside. And that's where your friends are, which they don't like you hanging out with. So I think that if you engage yourself in the game and if you show, like, a lot of the reason parents tell their kids to go outside is because they don't like watching their kids sort of remain stagnant, you know, playing their glazed over look in their eyes, going, Minecraft, I gotta get a diamond. It's Minecraft. And if you show that you're really engaged in the game, maybe call them over, be like, hey, look at this giant castle I made, or look, I'm underground and there's all these creepers and everything, isn't this cool? Or, you know, any game that you're playing, just sort of do that. I think they'll understand that, you know, you're not just stagnating there, you're actually engaged in what you're doing. And they may be more keen on letting you play. So, you know, once again, I don't have the final say on this. I'm not, you know, above your parents as far as authority goes. But one thing that you could do, and I'm not sure if your parents would like this or if it's even possible, but I had a friend, and I like to tell stories on Fridays with Foster. A lot of the point of it is that I share stories of my own that relate to it. I had a friend who, his parents didn't like him to stay inside all day and play video games. They tolerated it for a while, but, you know, it got to a point where it's like, all right, can you just go outside and engage in activities and, you know, outdoors, it's fun. And he had a porch and a pool and all this cool stuff outside. So what he'd do is he'd go outside to the porch, but he'd bring a little TV and his Xbox and he'd plug it into a little outdoor socket and we'd play Xbox outside and we'd had a blast. We were like playing Xbox and we were like, ah, man, I love the outdoors. This is wonderful. You smell the fresh air, you son of a bitch. That was my kill. And, you know, we'd play Xbox. It was really cool. If that's, you know, obviously not an option, then, you know, again, just try to engage yourself in the game and show your parents that you aren't stagnating, that you're actually actively doing something. And, you know, maybe even show them the other side. You know, that there are people online who create a career, basically, out of playing games, out of modding games, out of making games, and show them that side of the world, and then maybe they'll not see it as such a bad thing. So I hope that helps, and good luck. Alright, I know you guys don't like me to end Fridays with Foster on a sad note, but I have an update for you guys, and that is a few weeks ago, I got a message from one of you, and it was one of the only times that I actually kept the name in there. It was Zealot Sniper 77 who sent me a message letting me know that he had an inoperable brain tumor. And I asked you guys to show support, and you did, and it was really heartwarming. He actually read the comments, and he commented back saying that he really appreciated seeing this. And I've been given news from apparently his sister letting me know that he has indeed died. The tumor, I guess, you know, took its course, and it's just weird because, you know, as a YouTuber, I guess I figure that once you get a certain number of subscribers, there's probably a few there who watched your videos, subscribed, and then died. But this is the first confirmation that I've ever had about this. And that's not something that's easy to, I guess, get used to. That someone, especially Zealot Sniper 77, was a big fan, sent me messages all the time, commented on a lot of videos, and it was a name that I recognized when I got the message from him saying that he had an inoperable brain tumor. So I just thought I'd give you guys this update. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode's Fridays with Foster, and again, I don't like ending on a sour note. Let me know if you guys would prefer to get it out of the way, if I have a really upsetting story, if you'd like to see it at the beginning or the middle or the end. Maybe I could put two, I guess, happy or less depressing stories in between so that it doesn't seem too bad. But let me know. And again, if you guys would like to be part of the game night, send me a message, let me know. Send me a message on Xbox Live. And I'm thinking that either this weekend or Wednesday, something we could do a pretty cool game night. I have a lot of different ideas. It's going to be Halo 4, so if you have the game and you have an Xbox Live Gold account, that's all you need, so just jump on and we'll have some fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching once again. See, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here because of that last story. It's still affecting me. So until next time, this is Foster the Canadian. I promise it won't be as depressing next week.